Aloha, everybody. Pastor Mark here in Wildwood Canyon Park, just in the lower part of the Verdugo Mountains up in Burbank. Happy May 1st to you all as we welcome in another month. And I wanted to spend a minute or two with you by reading you one psalm that only has 5 verses, but I think it'll help you kick off the month of May with some great perspective and some great reminders. So take a listen to Psalm 100 and soak it in, maybe not just for today, but as a pathway for the month of May. Here's what the psalmist says. It's a song of praise for the Lord's faithfulness to his people. Make a joyful shout to the Lord, all you lands. So not just individual people, but the people of the lands. And of course, God talks to creation itself and reminds us that if we don't praise him, creation itself is very capable of doing that. But verse 1, make a joyful shout to the Lord, all you lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. I think that's a great reminder to me as I start this month. I want to be glad when I serve the Lord. I want to do it with a joy in my heart. He says, even when you come before his presence, you come before the presence of the Lord, make sure you do it with singing. There's a lot to sing about. A lot of joy to express, and we do that through song. We'll be doing it tomorrow morning at our church service at the Coach House. You can do it throughout the week, but there's a lot of joy and gladness in serving the Lord, and the psalmist reminds us of that. Verse 3 goes on to say, know, and this is a confidence now, know that the Lord, he is God. I don't serve a fictional character. I serve God. Know that the Lord is God. He is God. It is he who made us and not we ourselves. Sometimes we flip that around, don't we? We get it backwards. We think it's all about us and I'm in charge of my life. Well, God is the one that made us, so it's good to and appropriate to acknowledge him for who he is. And the psalmist says, know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who has made us and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. It's another good reminder for me. I'm following the great shepherd. I'm one of the sheep in his pasture, not my own doing, not my own way. So I'm going to acknowledge him joyfully with a glad heart. And I'm glad to be one of the sheep of his pasture. And he closes it out by saying in verse 4 and 5, enter into his gates with thanksgiving. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving. I got to have a joyful heart. I got to have a heart that is glad. But I want to give thanks. I want to thank God this day as a new month starts for his sustaining power, his mercy, his grace, how he's carried us all through the last year and a half or so, the season that we call COVID. I have a lot to be thankful for. We have a lot to be thankful for. And so we're going to enter his gates, the psalmist says, with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise, praising our God. Be thankful to him and bless his name. Can you think of a way to bless God's name today? Sometimes it's actually good in our prayers to say, I bless you, God. It's a way of thanking and praising, but I bless you, God, for the many ways that you have blessed me. Bless his holy name, bless his name. And then finally, he closes out this very short psalm by saying, for the Lord is good, the Lord is good, and his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations. Not just my generation, not just millennials or Gen X or baby boomers or wherever you might fit in, but to all generations. The Lord is good. We say it this way, the Lord is good all the time to all generations. I hope you can draw some encouragement from that. I'd encourage you to pull out those 5 verses in Psalm 100. Pretty easy to find. Take a look at it. Maybe like me, you will want to spend a little time today, maybe outside on a beautiful day. I'm looking at 83-degree weather with a nice little breeze. Drove through El Pollo Loco with my mom, who's hiding discreetly in the Highlander, finishing her chicken tostada. Don't tell her I slipped her into this devotional. And we're just having a nice day before I head back to South County in the morning. But we have a lot to be thankful for, don't we? So you bless the Lord in your way today. Thanks for taking 4 or 5 minutes with me as we focus for the month and as we prepare for a wonderful Sunday morning with communion tomorrow. God bless you and aloha.